Hi everybody, it's Linda. I'm back with a couple of my latest little cutie journals. They have a summery red, white, and blue theme that will remind you of summers, and I am really excited to share them with you. There are two of them, and if you're seeing this video, that means that they are currently listed in my Etsy shop, Joyful Makes and Finds. So they are nearly identical. I'll go through them, and I'm going to scoot this one aside so we can look at this one. They are made from a paper bag that I covered in fabric, and I covered the spine with this wonderful vintage crocheted trim. They have a gingham fabric that I coffee dyed, and if you watch any of Gayle Augustinelli's videos, you might recognize this lady as one of Gayle's digitals. And then I also used this make and mend little fun retro sewing / red, white, and blue image that was in my stash and created a little topper with some corrugated cardboard. A little bit of vintage ribbon trim here. And it has eyelet closures with seam binding ribbon. So let's take a look inside. It has about 30 pages or 60 sides, give or take, just a couple. I'll put it in the description box though. And in this first front page here is a pocket, fabric pocket, and in the pocket is a letter from me to you, and this is a Liberty of London paper from a Liberty of London paper pad that I have, and I loved the red, white, and blue and the little strawberries and such on it. And here is a vintage style library card, and I covered the inside with some fabric. I'm sorry, not fabric, some scrapbooking paper. Made this fabric pocket. This is just a little fun little applique trim on a bulb pin with a little charm that says handmade with love. This is one of Gayle Augustinelli's digitals. It matches the Gayle's Gayle lady here. I love the vintage Feedsack prints, and I was looking specifically for some happy red, white, and blue patterns. In this page is a little vintage image from a pattern, and what I did was I was inspired by the school picnics that we used to have when I was in elementary school. And we'd always get a special school picnic outfit, and it usually had some form of red gingham or red, white, and blue, and celebrating the beginning of summer. We always had our school picnics at the very end of the school year. And I've always had a fondness for the red, white, and blue retro vintage patterns and images of the fashions from that time. I don't necessarily decorate or do a lot of red, white, and blue of my own, but I sure do. It sure does bring back memories. It's a really nostalgic and fun thing. So I thought in making summer journals that would be a fun, kind of a fun theme to go with. So there's a lot of vintage sewing images and vintage fashion images throughout these journals. Some more scrapbook paper and some coffee dyed paper. I'm having trouble getting my words out. Sorry about that. Here's another fun image of some ladies in their summer dresses. And I made just a little sideways belly band there. This is a nod to someone that I dearly love and follow on YouTube, Lillian. She makes the most delightful little houses, and I've made a few of them for my journals. They are so much fun, and I thought this would be a fun one to do in the red, white, and blue and the summery kind of a vibe. So actually, this is one envelope that is sewn into the signature, and I just made a little skinny house on this side of it. But I thought that was really fun. Thank you, Lily, for the ongoing inspiration and for sharing your beautiful little houses with us. They make me so happy. Some vintage music paper. This is some mulberry paper that I sewed to the back of a digital. And this is kind of an Americana digital, and I'm trying to think of the name of the shop. I think it's the name of the shop is Ephemerafordays, one word. I'll put it in the description box. And this is a glassine, a craft colored glassine bag that I covered with this. It's actually a Liberty of London print napkin. And I'm going to be putting some of these napkins into my Etsy shop. So if you are liking this print and are interested in having a few of these napkins for your own journals or decoupage projects, greeting cards, you know, whatever you'd like to use them for, I'm going to be putting a few in my shop. And then here's another vintage pattern that I used. I put a little bit of the napkin at the top and some fun vintage trim and created that little tag. Those ladies kind of peek out the top. This is another of Gayle's digitals. This is a fabric flip with some summery fabrics. This is a pocket that I made from a large doily, a large red doily, and I sewed along the side. And inside here is a fun, another vintage pattern. I used a lot of them. I guess I was still in the sewing and vintage pattern mode from the sewing journal that I made. And I had a lot of these red, white, and blue images in my stash. I love this. Now this really reminds me of a school picnic outfit. The happy gingham. I just love that look. And I was a little girl in the 60s and early 70s, so I can kind of relate to my mom sewing little outfits like this for me. So this little card just fits right in this pocket here. This is fun. This was from my stash, some Mars saving stamps. I put the whole little booklet in here, and it opens like this. And then this is the center of the signature. And I attached some fun beads and charms in the red, whites, and blues. And I put a little purse charm on here. I thought it was cute with the vintage fashion theme, and then the little strawberry for summer. And then this is the other side of the doily, and there are some more fun little red, white, and blue fashion ladies. These ladies look like they're from the early 50s, I'd say, judging from the style of their dresses. And this is a belly band that I made from a ruffle. And this lady, this is a page from a vintage magazine, or vintage catalog, I guess you would say. And I put a couple of those Mars saving stamps and created a little tag there. Sewed on a little wooden button. And then this removes. It's just attached to the page with a paper clip and has a bit of vintage fabric at the top. And it is a place for journaling or note-taking making lists. You can remove it, put it in your purse, use it however you'd like. Just a little fun element there. Trying to leave a lot of journaling space. This would be a fun little journal to keep for the month of June or July and August, you know, summertime. And then this is the back side of the little envelope that I used, and the first side, on the other side I created the cute little lily house, and on this side I left it blank so that you could decorate it yourself. You could make your own little house on here or just decorate or write on it. And inside, I forgot to show, inside of here are some little pieces of ephemera. And I believe on the house page, where did that go? Here it is. Inside is a blank tag that you can, I hope I'm staying in frame, a blank tag that you can journal on or decorate however makes you happy. Okay, I hope I'm not scooting around, scooting right out of frame with during my flip through here. And then this is a fun element. This is a paper bag, and I created, aren't those great? Look at those old shoes, all red, white, and blue, and summery and happy. It's a journal card. This is a paper bag, so I tucked this in here, did a little cluster of fun there, and then put another blank vintage tag in the pocket, and there's room for much more, since this is a gusseted paper bag here. And then I made two, sorry, I made two little fun polka dotted tags, stuck them in the side there. So this is a tuck on the side. And then this is a multi-pocketed page here in the back. And I just tucked a few goodies in here. This little card and this journal card with some more fun vintage ladies in their red, white, and blue fashions. Here's a little calling card in an envelope. Little American flag here, and then I just decorated with some trims and little goodies there. And then in this back page, loving these ladies. Look at these outfits and those hats. And then in the pocket here, were you wondering where the tea bag is? Here it is. It's got some strawberry burst tea in there, and my signature beaded little tea pouch. And I tuck that in, and those beads will dangle out. And this is the back of the journal. I like to leave my little sewing strings there. If they bother you, please just feel free to remove them. And this is Journal 1. There's Journal 1 and Journal 2, as they'll be listed in the Etsy store. So let's move on to Journal 2. I want to mention that whenever you purchase one of my journals, you always get a little baggie with some goodies in it. And I usually will save the off pieces, you know, cut off pieces and some of the fabric and stuff, so that if you're wanting to add some of the elements in the journal as you're journaling, you'll have some extras. And I also put another one of Gayle's Gals in there too for fun. So you'll have that to either use somewhere else or in a different creation, or add somewhere in the journal. And there's some more of the little trading stamps and such in here. So I wanted to mention that. And then this is Journal 2. Her dress is different, but otherwise the covers are identical. And most of the contents are identical in these journals actually too, so I don't need to chat too much. This is another Liberty of London paper, red, white, and blues. Has a letter from me inside. You guys, my goal is to learn to edit and to do the voiceovers and all of the things that make videos really fun. And I appreciate everybody who has hung with me and in my on my channel, and to all of the subscribers and watchers and your really sweet comments that are so encouraging to me to continue. And I'm really hoping to grow and to learn and to add some fun features to my videos in the future. Here's my lily house. That's what I'm gonna call them. They are so much fun to make. Here's the fabric flip for this one. Okay. Here's the beads on the signatures for these ties, the little purse and the strawberry. Hello, ladies. Aren't those the most fun dresses? The decoupaged bag. The fun shoes. This stamp, this one has an old Elvis stamp on the cover. I thought that was fun. I mean, on the little flap. And then in this pocket is a big tag. Oop, I just knocked this off. It's the back side of the envelope that you can create your own house or decorate in any way you want. It's got a bit of ephemera in the pocket. And this is the little flip book for this one. I sewed across the top with some fabric, and I think my paper clip popped off. Okay. Sorry about that for my arms and the reaching. And then here's the multi-page pocket, and in it is a lady, some vintage ladies and their fashions, and a fun red, white, and blue recipe card. I think these are about 5-way pockets pretty much. And then this, actually I think I had this here and this here. Yeah. And then here's a little teeny playing card and a little American flag there. And then the back has these fun ladies in this great old trim. And in the pocket, a tea bag, some strawberry burst tea. So just some fun little journals. For summer, for Memorial Day, 4th of July, school picnic time. Such a beautiful time of year. So I wanted to make some fun journals to share. So here they are, Journal 1, Journal 2. They are in my Etsy shop, Joyful Makes and Finds. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed the flip through, please leave me a like, leave a comment. I'd love to chat with you and to read your comments. They mean so much. And I am hard at work on my next journals, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.